ça passe. Okay, it's your girl Roxy Rose. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my channel is about lifestyle, about my endometriosis, my women issues, makeup, my life, makeup, I said, sometimes a little bit of snack tasting and whatnot. There are some dumpster dive videos, however I do have a new channel that has that niche for dumpster diving, finances, couponing, and budgeting. I will link it for you. It's called Roxy Glows, so you can follow me there if you're interested in my dumpster diving videos. If you are returning, thanks so much for returning. Today's topic is about everything that is happening in the world, about racism. I wanted to come on and show you guys the Montreal protest, some clips of it, and just talk about like my experiences and my thoughts. I wanted to add, since I was editing this video, I was actually very emotional. During the protest I was fine, but just rewatching it, something came over me and I felt really emotional because this subject of racism, police brutality, it's happening over and over, and it's not right, you know, for the black community. I wanted to add, because my first time I experienced racism, which was a shock value for me, was one time I was probably around 9-10, going to my aunt's house, walking down the street, and this white boy was on his balcony playing, it seemed like his sister, and he seen me walking and he said, "Go back to where you belong," and like shocked, and the sister's like, "Shh, shh, don't say that, don't say that," and bringing him into the house, and she's like, "Sorry," screaming sorry. And I'm like, what did I do to this boy? First off, I am Canadian. I'm Canadian, not from Quebec, but I'm Canadian. That's all I know. I never lived anywhere else, is what I mean. And I hate when people say oh, go back to your land. And it was a little boy. He was probably maybe a year older than me. And I'm thinking where did he learn this word to be oh, duh. But yes, obviously the sister had common sense to bring him in the house. And yeah, I didn't tell anybody because I just didn't tell anybody. I just kept that to myself, but I always was taken back from that. So that was my first racism experience. In this clips that I'm going to be showing you, I do talk about the movie The Hate U Give. There are so many movies and books you can read about racism and past, but The Hate U Give is one of my favorite books. I really like it. If you have not seen the movie or read the book, check it out. Let's get into the video. Please like, comment, share with a friend, and subscribe. And for all the new subscribers, thanks so much for subscribing. Love you.
Violence, brutality. It's the same story, just a different name.
It's about more than just color. It's about black people, poor people, everybody at the bottom.
When you're ready to talk, you talk. Don't ever let nobody make you be quiet.
Justice!
I can't breathe!
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 My first experience with police that I can remember is when I was about 6 years old. And the apartment my family and I were staying at got raided. I remember everything happened so fast. The police, they rushed in, they grabbed my brother in the front doorway, and about 4 cops on one man, that man who is my blood brother. He was not resisting, but being held down. My brother was calm. He kept saying, "Don't worry. Go inside, Kareen." I remember People were yelling and I was crying. It was a very traumatic experience. When the cops asked the question, I answered, and my sister said, "Don't talk to them." As a 6-year-old, I was confused. But I always wondered after that, is the police friend or foe? Second incident, I was in grade 4. So I was probably about, 9. I got called down to the principal's office. There were cops, teachers, principal. They said I had to go with the cops in their car. When I asked why, they didn't tell me. Just like, "Don't worry, come with me." I was in the back of the police car. I kept asking, "Where are we going?" No answer. I started looking out the window. I was getting agitated. I guess the driver cop noticed and said, "Oh, do you know so-and-so?" And he said my aunt's name. I said yes, and he said, "I'm bringing you to her work." Then I felt such a relief. I calmed down when they said that, but still to this day, that memory is always in my head, and I wish they handled the situation better, the police and the school. My adult years, I have a little boy who looks exactly like me, a black king. He is now not so little. He is now taller than me and has a deep voice. So to people, he looks like a big man. It's so hard to explain that you have to be leery of your surroundings to your teen. You have to be mindful if a cop comes to talk to you, because it can be shoot first and ask questions later. In school and society, we teach our children to say, "Call the cops if it's an emergency." But who do we call when the emergency is us? When we are the ones dying from the cops' hands? Who do we call when our sisters, brothers, friends, uncles, cousins, aunts, etc.? Who do we call when these people are murdered in cold blood? And we've been fighting for years for our freedom, and we still get persecuted for being black? Police need to stop seeing our people as a threat. They need proper training, especially on different disabilities and mental illnesses. Lots of people with mental illness get targeted from the police for no reason, all because they don't know how to handle them. When a crime happens in the community, the police want us, black people, to talk and speak out. However, when the police attack us, they want us to remain silent. We will not be silent no more. What hurts me is your colleagues see you doing the wrong and they are bystanders. How are we such a threat? How is one black man such a threat to you? We are not the threat. We are not the threat.
And block it.
Let's talk about some influencers saying this happens in other cultures too. That's true, it does. However, let's look at the statistics. This happens more to black and natives in Canada. I'm talking about Canada because this is where I live. So if you or her do not want to stand for the Black Lives Matter movement, stand up for police brutality. It happens to natives and this is their land. Come on now. Stop making excuses. Stop saying, "Oh, he must have done something wrong. Oh, look at his past. He was a thug. Oh, but no, just stop." I remember one time I was on the bus as a teen, and me and my friend were talking about a girl we knew. This old lady, she kept staring at us in disgust, hate, but we kept laughing and talking. When we get to the metro, tell me how the police is there to stop us saying we threatened to beat the old lady. Me and my friend were dumbfounded. We said we didn't even speak to that lady. We don't even know her. Why would we threaten her? Why would we want to beat an old lady? She fabricated this whole story saying we wanted to beat and rob her and she was scared for her life. I was scared for my life, officer. There were multiple witnesses to back us on the bus, and we told the police. I don't know why she was so scared of 2 black teen girls. Thankfully, the cops believed us and let us go. It's so sad that people have so much hate in their hearts. Please, if you are a co-worker, you're looking out and looking into this, please check on your colleagues. Look at ways you can try to help. Also, educate yourself about Black culture. Stop doing things that annoy people or that are racist low-key. No, don't call people Aunt Jemima. Don't be like, trying to be like, oh, are you mixed because your skin? A lot of colorists as well. Like, come on, you are Black as well. Try to get with the program. Get with the program. Check in with your Black friends, okay? Try to get their point of view. Try to see their stories. Just check in and try to be present. Just don't make this just be like, oh, a phase, okay? This has been happening for years. We are not mad only for George Floyd. We are still mad from Emmitt Till. We are still mad from a few years ago, Trayvon Martin. We are still mad, Sandra Bland. You guys better say their names. Breonna Taylor, say their names, say their names, say their names. There's a list of people, even in Canada, people who get killed. We are upset. This is an uprising. Okay? And if you can, please support Black businesses. If you're Black, please don't try to get a discount from people. Just try to support other people, you know. And if people unfriend you because you're a colorist or because, you know, they're going through a lot, it's okay. You don't have to be on my Facebook, on my social media. It's my space. If you don't like what I post, it is my space. So I understand this topic may be a bit overwhelming for some people, but this is a big topic and it's happening consistently. I asked my boyfriend, babe, how are you feeling about this? Are you okay? And he says, yeah, I'm fine, because it's normal for us. This is so sad that it's normal for us, but I don't want to see my children, the next generation growing up, to be harmed by police, to be harmed by racism. Ahmaud, Breonna, George, and so much more. As they say in The Hate U Give, the same story, just different names. How many of us have to die before y'all get it? Let's say a moment of silence for those that have lost their lives to police brutality and racism. when life pricks you with thorns, go and search and smell for them roses. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, share with a friend, and subscribe. I really hope this video have given you some insight. Bye, ciao, adios, au revoir. See ya later. Hey.